What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So the Arnold Classic official competitor list, that is now out. And let's thank the 2023 Miss Olympia champion, Derek Linsford, for putting his name out there. Because he was the biggest shocker for most of us, as Samson and Andrew Jack, they had already committed to doing this upcoming Arnold Classic in March, even before the Olympia. And Derek had to announce his first return to the bodybuilding stage next year with a quick caption that just because people always say that we have been watching him compete only once every year. So 2025 is gonna be the year where Derek is gonna be stepping on the stage at the very least 2 times. So Derek making this huge announcement, that has made this show a lot more exciting because there must have been some mistakes made during his Olympia prep this year, which is why his legs looked kinda smaller than previous 2 years. And his conditioning wasn't also as great as it was last year. So this is a chance for him to redeem himself. Plus, keep in mind that this is also a business for a lot of these guys. And the thing is, Derek lost a lot of money by not defending his Olympia title successfully this year. And not even that, by placing third. So he lost quite a lot of money. So this is gonna be his opportunity to make up for that. So we are now less than 12 weeks out of this upcoming Arnold. And soon we will get to know who is currently coaching Derek for this upcoming show. So this is definitely gonna be a great storyline. And now it isn't definitely not a done deal for a guy like Samson Dauda. It is gonna be a great battle, and I believe this is gonna come down to the wire. Now that being said, Samson Dauda as the reigning Miss Olympia, he is obviously the favorite to win this show. Now he also posted a response on his IG story after watching this list and all the competitors who are gonna be there at this upcoming Arnold. And he is gonna be fired up even more than ever to win this title for the second time in his career.
I think we're now currently less than, I think about 11 and a half weeks or 11 weeks out from the and yes, it is it's a big list, man. It's going to be an exciting show. Yes, loads of heavy hitters in that show. This is going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable. We're going to have a lot of fun, and yes, I can't wait for this one. You know, the Arnold is always a big show, man. It's always a way to start the year off. 2025 is going to be a big year. It's going to be a big year, so excited.
Now that being said, I have to say that's also a big risk that Samson is taking, which honestly we do not see from the reigning Miss Olympia champions. Especially if we haven't seen that for the last couple of decades or so. The last guy who did this, that was Ronnie Coleman. But we have seen this whole concept from Samson Dauda that he can just improve so much from one show to the next one. And that theory, the whole concept that it is just too difficult to peak multiple times a year, especially for such a big guy. But that just doesn't apply for a guy like Samson Dauda, because he dared to enter France Pro just 2 weeks prior to the Olympia this year. And all people had to say that he's afraid that he isn't gonna finish in the top 3 at this past Miss Olympia. So he's making sure that he secures his Olympia spot for next year as early as he possibly can. But what really happened was that Samson showed up at his all-time best at the Olympia this year, and the man won the whole damn thing. So this for sure is gonna be another great show. And Samson is so aware that Arnold Classic stage, the aesthetics and the flow and the structure, that counts more here. And that is why he hasn't missed this show since 2022. And this is his first time entering the Arnold as the hot favorite, as the reigning Miss Olympia. So the third biggest name in that list, that is Andrew Jack. Now before we talk about Andrew Jack, I have to say on paper, the biggest name on this list, that is the former Miss Olympia and 2 times Arnold Classic champion. And I am saying on paper, that is Brendan Curry. But the thing is, he is no longer in his prime time anymore. And he got beat by William Bonac and Rafael Brandao at the Olympia this year. So Brandon needs to cover lots of ground for this upcoming Arnold to go up against guys like Derek, Samson and Andrew Jack. Now when Brandon stepped on the Olympia stage this year for the very first time, 9 weeks ago, at first glance, he looked really impressive because his legs just came up a lot. But the thing is, he just wasn't dry enough. So maybe he can correct that mistake at the Arnold this time. Now I definitely think Brandon at his very best, he has the ability to sneak into that top 4 at this upcoming Arnold. Now, as far as Andrew Jack is concerned and his fate is concerned, it all depends on which version of Andrew shows up here in less than 12 weeks time. He has been so focused on this prep ever since he got done with this year's Miss Olympia. And if Andrew shows up anything like Texas Pro, everyone is in trouble, including the reigning Miss Olympia, Samson Rematch. Because that physique that we saw at Texas Pro, that was literally like a Greek god. I think we can all agree that is the most beautiful physique in this upcoming Arnold Classic lineup. And contrary to what many people believe, that he needs a lot more size to win big shows, that is just not true. Let Andrew come in at his all-time best, in his best conditioning. Let him peak 100% right, with the best combination of size and conditioning and fullness. And I think he will be right up there. I was kinda surprised to see Akeem Williams' name in that list, because that only means one thing. He is gonna be back on the prep sooner than expected. He just won the last Olympia qualifier of this year, and now he's gonna be getting ready for this upcoming Arnold, Ohio. So this is gonna be a 2-day show. So all he needs to do is to be as sharp, as hard and conditioned during the prejudging as he normally is on the finals of the show. And I think Akeem is gonna be right up there in the first call out at this upcoming Arnold. The former 2 times 212 Olympia champion, Shaun is also in. I guess he wants to do more shows with his new coach Stefan in 2025. And this is gonna be Shaun's second time going up against the big boys at the Arnold. So a lot of you guys remember that he competed at the same show 2 years ago in 2023 and he got top 5. So looking at this lineup, it is gonna be challenging for Shaun to get a top 5 finish, especially if everyone is on. But who knows, maybe he can do that again with his trademark brainy and rock hard conditioning, and maybe he can shock a lot of us. So Carlos Thomas Jr. can be considered a real dark horse in this upcoming Arnold lineup. He is gonna be returning to the stage after almost 18 months, and the only one show that he has done after turning pro, that was Texas Pro last year. So Carlos has also been struggling with some health concern and some family issues, especially in the recent past. And that is why we did not get to see him on the stage a lot. But do not forget, he's working with Patrick Tour for this upcoming season. And based on a few physique updates that he has dropped, he looked absolutely sensational for 12 weeks out. Plus, working with Patrick Tour, that will allow him to finally bring the conditioning, because that is something that was missing on Carlos's physique the last time we saw him on the stage against Andrew Jacked and Hunter Labrada. The 2 times former Arnold Classic champion William Bonac, he is also going to be back on the stage. Now William Bonac obviously isn't in the striking range to win this show, or maybe even place top 3 or top 4, because the thing is he is at a point in his career where he needs to be absolutely 100% spot on in terms of everything, while the other top guys, they need to be way off in order for him to beat them. But none of us expected that William is gonna place top 7 at this past Miss Olympia. But he did do that, because some of these guys, they came in kinda off. So do not count him out. Maybe he can be as high as top 4. So James Hollingshead is also in, and his reaction after watching the list and seeing his name up there, that is all you have to see to realize what it means for some of these guys to step on the Arnold stage.
Whew. Right guys, that Arnold Classic list is out. Had no idea, kind of prayed, blown away. I'm just blown away, and the lineup is crazy. It's what you want. It's an opportunity to stand next to the best there is. I got a lot of respect for everybody that's on that list.
And that too against the best of the best in the world, the reigning Miss Olympia and a former Miss Olympia. So James is another guy who is returning after a 1-year break at this upcoming Arnold. And we have to keep in mind, this is the show where we saw his career's best look at this year's Arnold. And also this is gonna be his first prep with Stefan as his coach. So this is gonna be a very exciting year, not just for James Hollingshead, but for his fans as well. Now Patrick Moore and Justin Rodriguez, their names have also been added to this list, and both of them have confirmed that they are really pumped to be back on that stage. So what are your thoughts about the men's open lineup? I personally think that this is gonna be a great show, and this really is gonna set the tone for the Olympia next year. Huge opportunity for Derek to redeem himself, just like Hadi Choopan did after losing the Olympia last year. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.